Welcome to the Rookie Critic YouTube channel, where film roams free. Alright, so today we are not going to be talking about anything film related. Today we're going to be talking about how I am picky with food. Today we're going to be talking about how I am picky with food. Now, a lot of people hear the words picky and they think that, oh, this person is just a, stupid person that just doesn't like anything or doesn't want to like something. They're like, oh, he's picky and choosy. He has to have his food in a certain way, otherwise he won't eat it. I don't think that's the proper definition for it. Some people might use it for that type of thing, but for me, picky means there's a lot of food that I, try, and my tongue says, that's disgusting, spit that crap out of your mouth, that's gross, get it out. I'll tell you a few things that I don't like, and you guys will probably want to lash out at that for some reason. For some reason, a lot of people get angry when you don't like the same foods as them, which is kind of weird. You look at that in your life sometimes. If you don't like something somebody else likes, they look at you like you're really weird sometimes. I do not like pie, cake, brownies, potatoes, yogurt, gravy, lasagna, mayo, mustard, even most beers. I do not like beer all that much. Sushi, pickles, cucumbers, onions, soup, most donuts. The maple donuts and powdered sugar are okay, but any other donuts, gross. Now, I listed quite a few things there. It's honestly easier to list what I like instead of what I don't like. Like, I like burgers, fries, pizza, most soda is decent for me, of course. Most juices are fine. Chocolate milk, those are drinks. Food. I like apples. If we're thinking healthy food, apples, carrots, celery. I could eat broccoli. I don't like it, but I could eat it. What other healthy foods do I like? I like, granola bars are pretty good. Those are good. Rice cakes are considered healthy. Those are all right. Cheerios aren't bad as far as healthy foods go. Chicken, cooked fish. Like, if it's fish that's cooked at all, that's not raw like sushi and gross, it's not bad. It tastes similar to chicken, but not exactly. There's a huge taste difference, but that's alright. Chicken, buffalo wings, those are good. Steak, sandwiches, but my sandwiches are pretty plain. My sandwich, I work at Subway, and I get a foot-long Italian ribs and cheese with ham, cheddar cheese, and lettuce, and that's it. I know that sounds weird to people, but I don't need a bunch of taste buds on my thing to, get my taste buds going, to make me happy. It's still a foot-long portion of food, some slices of ham, cheese, lettuce, that's enough for me. I don't need to taste 7 different things or more. I'll tell you a little bit about how, when I was growing up picky sucks. So, you're a little kid, and most little kids, have trouble eating certain foods. A lot of kids, don't want to eat whatever food that their parents are feeding them for some reason. But it wasn't exactly just like that for me as a kid. It's like, sometimes as a kid, I will admit, I was a little bit of a butthead, and there'd just be food that is laying out or that somebody made, and if it doesn't look appealing to me, if it doesn't look like it's going to be tasty or smell tasty, then I just won't even touch it. I would not even touch it at all. I wouldn't want to. There were a few occasions where I'd close my eyes and try to eat it a little tiny bit, and when I didn't like something, whatever it is, I'd be like, it's just too chewy, and I don't really like it. Which, that was very annoying and drove my parents crazy, but, what was more annoying was the reactions other people have with it. It's like, I don't want to not like food. If I could just eat anything that's in front of me, I freaking would. But when a lot of things that you put in your mouth make you not want to swallow it, then why would you make yourself do that? I don't like bananas either. Those especially give me the, gross out face when you eat something you don't like. I hate bananas. I wish that I liked them. They look appealing. They actually look like they would fill you up and stuff, but they're gross to me. They touch my tongue, and it doesn't go, yummy, a banana. It goes, ugh, spit that shit out. It's gross. So yeah, growing up, I, was mostly very picky and limited, very simple, plain foods for my whole life growing up for the most part. I wouldn't have much seasonings and, a mix of other foods with my food that I'm having all the time, which, annoyed a lot of people. It annoyed me too, believe ya, and, believe me. But then, as I got older, I'll just say after graduation is when I started to, step out of my pickiness, I suppose, as far as, usually I would judge things by sight, and, usually that's how I would do it. On occasion, I would try things. Now, as an adult, I try things before I say I do not like them for sure. Sometimes I'll say I don't know if I like them because I haven't had them before, but, I have tried a lot more foods. Potatoes, so I'll talk about some of the foods that I listed that I don't like. Pie, I haven't tried that many pies, so I don't know if there's certain ones that I might actually enjoy. The few that I have tried were disgusting. I did not like them at all. I don't remember what kinds of pie they were. I think lemon meringue, unless that's a cake. I'm getting confused on which is what. I do like frosting, and some cakes I have tried that aren't horrible. Like some are, it's just bread or something with frosting on it, basically. So, some of those are fine. But it's like the ones that have a bunch of flavors mixed in or on top. Those I just don't like it for some reason. It just isn't that good for the most part. And brownies, I have tried a few different types of brownies, and some are pretty good. But they're not like, oh yeah, I'm going to eat another. When you really like something, you kind of want more of it. With brownies, I had like one brownie, and somebody gave me like 4, and I didn't want to eat the rest. It was like I ate the whole brownie, and it was, I didn't freak out about it. Didn't make a nasty face, but it was still just not tasty, not really tasty to me. It was just like, okay, it was food that I consumed, and it's done, and I don't really want any more. I don't want more food of that. And then like potatoes. Potatoes is the one food that is consistently baffles people that I do not like it. I don't know why. I like French fries, yes, but that's not just simply a potato. It's like a fried outside with a little bit of a soft inside that usually is dipped in ketchup and covered in salt and pepper, and boom, and it goes down easy. It's a small portion of potato that, is crunchy and goes in the mouth. If it's just potato, like let's take all the French fries, turn them inside out, and it's just the filling, and that's all you're going to eat with a fork or something. It's disgusting. I don't know why. Sometimes it actually tastes okay, but it's like the texture, the way it feels on my tongue makes me want to gag. It does not want to swallow it. It just, get that out of here. It's disgusting. I don't know why. I've tried, mashed potatoes. I've tried even a baked potato. Tried a couple others. At Outback Steakhouse one time, I had garlic. I realized I love garlic a couple years ago. I tried some things with garlic on them that I didn't like, and the garlic makes it taste pretty darn good. Seasonings, I am a fan of seasonings now. They do freaking help bad things taste good. And I had the garlic potatoes, and it on my tongue, it tastes delicious, but my throat's like, no, you're not going to swallow this. You're not going down. So I was just like, no, it's disgusting. I got to get it out. It's not going to go down. It tasted good, but it's not going down. Yogurt, that necessarily doesn't taste bad, but I think it's like a texture thing too. It's like, it's just like my throat's like, dude, you're not swallowing this. Just get it the hell out of here. And it's not like I'm forcing that. I don't control that. That's just kind of what happens. If I could eat it, I'd rather just eat it and not make a scene about how I don't like certain foods or something. I'd rather just, oh yeah, sure, this is all great. But when it's gross, you can't. I'm just closing up. Throat's closing up. I'm not going to eat it. Yes, if I were a starving Ethiopian or something, yeah, I'd probably eat it. But I'm not. I live in America. If you could, I'll use an example. So people are like, oh yeah, this is ridiculous that you don't like all these foods and blah, blah, blah. How would you survive? Yeah, I'd be able to survive. But think about this. Think about any food that you dislike. Think about foods that you hate. Think about those, for you people that might be way less than me. But think about foods that you hate. And imagine kicking out all the food that you like and having those presented to you, all the food that you hate presented to you all the time. and then people look at you like you're crazy every time you don't like it. If you hate mayonnaise and they start sticking mayonnaise on everything, you wouldn't like it. And I'm using this type of example because most people like a lot of food, so it's harder to find a bunch of foods that they don't like. But it's like if they look at people who don't like a lot of foods as if they're crazy, and it's just no. Just I think if you eat grass every day, and what it's sustenance, it's food. You'll live. You're gonna starve if you can't eat it. Yeah, you'll eat it to survive, but would you enjoy it? I mean, most people like to enjoy the food that they're going to eat. Yes, we're very privileged. I'm going to admit that we are very privileged, but what? I'm not going to say that I'm not thankful for that. I kind of love being able to eat whatever I want when I want, though I should probably, eat more healthy stuff in my diet. I've tried oranges, I've tried pineapples, I've tried peaches and nectarines. None of them really taste good. I don't want to eat those. Grapes sometimes are not bad. I don't like them at all. That's an example of a food that I could eat, but I don't want to eat, but I'm not going to throw it up or nothing. There's a lot of foods these days that I've tried that, are okay, that I don't hate. I tried to add more stuff onto my sandwich instead of just the lettuce, ham, and cheese. I tried to have pickles, cucumbers, and green peppers and spinach. The spinach doesn't taste horrible. Like, I could eat spinach on my sandwich, but I don't like the texture of that either, though. So I don't want to have it if I don't have to. I'd rather not have spinach on my sandwich. The cucumbers tasted disgusting. The green peppers I don't really remember them having any taste. They were just kind of crunchy, and moisture or something comes out of them, which I didn't really want because the lettuce already has enough of that, so I don't really feel like I need green peppers on my sandwich. Pickles. Pickles were disgusting. I don't know how people eat pickles and have a smile on their face at all with pickles, but it was gross. But I was even brave one time and tried. I was at Buffalo Wild Wings or some shop at the mall where they had like fried pickles on the side, and one of my friends was getting those, so I was like, I'll try one. If somebody else gets something and I'm not going to waste all my money on it, I'll usually try it too, by the way, just to see if I like it and want to get it myself maybe. Tried it. Even the skin that was like breaded around it was disgusting because it had the pickle taint. On it. I'm actually really surprised that the video's going on this long. I thought this would be like a 5-minute video, but I've been rambling for a little while. So I don't really think there's that much else to say. You guys are free to ask me what type of foods I like in the comments. There might be, a burrito or eggs or something that come up that, I didn't list that you guys might want to know if I like. Considering what I listed that I don't like, which was pie, cake, brownies, potatoes, yogurt, gravy, lasagna, mayo, mustard, a lot of beer, sushi, pickles, cucumbers, onion soup, donuts. You can ask me other food questions and see if I like them or not, which I probably won't. But I just remembered something here. So sushi. Sushi. My best friend, he's a Marine. He's an awesome dude. I've known him since I was like 3 or 4 years old. He and his mom have known me and my pickiness for my whole life. And after we graduated, and it was around before he was going into the Marines, they were like, "We're gonna make you try some new foods." And I was just like, "Okay, this is gonna be fun. Okay, great." So we went to one of those sushi places where they have the rotating trays, and if that's how all sushi places are, I don't know. I don't eat at sushi. I tried 8 different of those little plates that they give you at a sushi place. All of them were gross, except for one, which was like the fried calamari or something. It didn't taste like anything. It was fried calamari, I'm pretty sure that's what it was, and it just had no flavor. It did not taste bad or good. It is not something I would ever want to eat again because there's nothing that makes me want to eat it, but if I were given the choice at a sushi place, it would be the fried calamari. But I hated everything else that went in my mouth. It was so difficult to not try to spit it out. I wanted to, but luckily I think there was some Pepsi or something there I could wash it down with enough, which, did the job. Did the job well enough. And before I close out, there's one more thing I was going to talk about, another little story. Beer. I have such a bad history with beer, not because I drink it a lot, but because I don't like it. I don't know where to begin with the alcohol stuff because, you know, I actually don't remember if I had any before I was 21. Did I? No, I don't know. I don't remember. If I did, it wasn't beer. If I had alcohol before I was 21, it sure as heck wasn't beer, but I don't really remember. But I do know that when my buddy was going to the Marines, it was, you know, his last weekend here, me, him, and a couple other people had a little party at my house, a little one. I don't do big ones. I don't trust enough people to, you know, take care of my stuff without breaking them. We were doing some beer pong. It was like my first time doing beer pong, and you know, I was actually doing really well. But I thought the beer that we had was Bud Light. Apparently, it was Pabst Blue Ribbon, and that stuff made me vomit, projectile vomit constantly. I'm just like, hey guys, I'm doing good. Yeah, it was disgusting. And then after that, there was moments where like my brother was like, you know, hey, do you want some Bud Light Lime? And I'm like, okay, let me try that. And no. My sister, do you want to try some Blue Moon? No, thank you. Okay, those are gross, and out of a bottle. And then I'm, okay, at a restaurant, I'm like, okay, let me try a different beer here. And it was, you know, okay, let me try that. And, I mean, most of the beers were just disgusting. Most beers, to me, taste like piss. I don't know how else to compare them. I never had piss, but it smells like it tastes like piss. It just comes in. Sometimes it's like, oh, this isn't too bad, and then I swallow it, and it's just like, oh, this is the aftertaste or something of every beer I've tried is just disgusting and gross. I don't think I would even like dark beer. There's gotta be some type of beer out there that I like. There's apparently a humongous variety of beers that don't taste the same, so maybe there's some that are good, but any that are like Bud Light or, you know, the Coors Blue or whatever, the Blue Moon, just all these different ones are disgusting. So if you guys have any suggestions on what type of beer to try, lay them down for me in the comments. If you have suggestions for food for me to try, lay those as well down in the comments. Just also note, I do like, you know, vodka mixed. I do like some mixed drinks, some vodka, some shots, scotch, whiskey is all right. Some of them in the right things. Sometimes I had done them straight, which isn't horrible, but I do like some mixed ones. I think even the Moscow Mule wasn't horrible. I can't think of a bunch of the drinks that I like off the top of my head. I have a list somewhere, but I don't know where it is, of the drinks that I like so that I know that those are okay when I see them. You know, rum and Coke isn't horrible. One last thing before I close out, it was my first legal drink, of course. It was I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. It was a late night, so none of my friends were available to hang out that exact night, so we did our party later, but I was taken out to get rum and Coke, and a rum and Coke. I was going to get a rum and Coke for my first drink to try, because I like soda, and, you know, rum, okay, that might be okay with that, but I thought it was called a Roman Coke, for some reason, because the way people will talk, say, hey, do you want a rum and Coke? Do you want a rum and Coke? A rum and Coke? Like, I didn't hear the and Coke, so I thought they were saying a Roman Coke, not a rum and Coke. And it was a little embarrassing, but, you know, a noob blunder, a first timer, a beginner, an amateur's blunder of drinking. So it was kind of funny, but yeah, if you guys have funny, you know, stories about pickiness to share, go ahead. You know, any food suggestions for me to try that you want to see me try, maybe too, leave them down. Alcohol suggestion or beer or something. I'm not a heavy drinker; just drink on occasion. Sometimes I don't chug all the time or anything. So whatever. But that's all I gotta say. Pretty much, this video went way longer than I thought it was going to. So I think I tried to end this video 10 minutes ago. But whatever, I got more videos to record today, so I'll see you guys later.
If you liked the video, please leave a like, or if you hate it, click dislike. Also, share the video with your friends and enemies, subscribe to follow this channel, and hit that bell down below to be notified when I upload.